And the two players get the lag underway, and looks like Max won that one. So this is on the right-hand side. Max Nosko, very familiar face. Plays a lot of money matches. It's the first time we've seen him on stream this weekend. And he is playing against Tom Cousins. Also, doesn't require too much introduction. Talking of introductions, I'd love to welcome Jordan Church into the commentary box.
How are we doing, all right?
Very good, thanks, and you?
Good, yeah, very well, thank you. Looking forward to this one.
Should be a great game.
Yeah, should be a cracker. I watched a bit of Max earlier. I just butted the black off the break, but yeah, I watched a bit of Max earlier. He was playing Neil Rayburn, and it looked like a real tough, proper match play game.
You know, off the kind of radar, he has had some tough games. I mean, he came through a Hill game against Simon Fitzsimmons last night. Yeah, he's not had an easy run up to this point. I don't know who ditched him out earlier. He lost earlier, didn't he? I'll have to have a look at that in a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he lost to, but he lost to Neil Rayburn.
Oh, of course he did.
He lost to Neil Rayburn, yeah.
Of course he did.
But yeah, he's such a good player, Max. He picks his money matches well, but you should probably be playing like the top players.
Yeah, I mean, if you look now, Shane Thompson at the same stable, another great money match player. He's stepping up, playing Craig Waddingham, Simon Fitzsimmons, just moving up to a kind of new level of play. Played Dan Davey a couple of times. And Max has got a better record than, well, arguably a better record, certainly played more money matches. He's got some great results under his belt, and like you say, it's maybe time to step up to the next level.
Yeah, I think so. He's more than capable, and to me, he is one of the better players.
I mean, recently he took on the game against Jordan Shepherd, of course, and he took a start, a 4-start, whatever it was, but
they love a start
didn't
down
even
that
need
end
the
of the
start.
world, don't they?
Yeah, didn't even need a start.
But
blew Jordan away that day.
Yeah, he's such a good player. He's one of those. He'll always play the right shot.
Yep.
And he's got a great temperament, and he's tough to beat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was in the corner that day. I was in actually. I mean, I have been a backer of Max's before, but I'm friends with Jordan, so I was in his corner that day. I was at the venue. But Max again played really well. He did what he needed to do. Talking about Jordan Shepherd, he's in action. Just behind, I can see his back to us. He's playing Mark Fleming, so we'll catch up with the scores on that. In between that, we'll have a quick look at the two players. As I say, Tom Cousins, a very familiar player. Top Cat TC, he's 28 years old. He is sponsored by Jason Owen. He uses a Jason Owen Q with an 8mm tip. Pool achievements, it just simply says 2 times world champion. Fails to mention the record-breaking back-to-back 3 tours that he won.
Yeah, they don't matter apparently.
They don't matter. You know, it's just like and all the other achievements, and of course the huge couple of money matches he's just recently played against Mark Boyle, coming away the victor in both of those. Now this just says 2 times world champion. He doesn't mess around.
That pretty much sums him up. He's so he likes to play pool, and that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't like the limelight. He doesn't ever want to do an interview. If you question him about stuff, he'll answer you. But it's literally, well, this is a great example. Okay, so when did you start playing pool, and why? 15 years ago. That's all it says. Who's been your greatest influence, inspiration, and why? Dwayne Evans. Who's your favourite pool cue sport player and why? Phil Harrison. He's a machine and a really nice guy. And what would you like to achieve? Well, you'd like to be the world champion again. Why not? That goes without saying. Anyway, his opponent, Max Nosko, nicknamed Naughty Boy. He's 25 years old, so just 3 years between these players. He plays from Serenity Sports Bar, who is also his sponsor. He's got one daughter called Willow. He uses the XLQ's Q. I know he recently got that one because I saw a post on Facebook. I think he's only had that for about 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I saw that one, yeah.
And uses a Phoenix super hard 9mm tip. It's funny, actually. We've seen a big difference in tip sizes. I think Rob Chilton was the smallest so far. I think that was a 7mm tip. A couple of players, maybe Brian Holcrow as well. He was about 7mm. And they go up to 9.5. But the biggest one on show this weekend is without doubt Oli Bell using a 14 mil Chinese cue.
I said that, yeah, I saw that. He was telling me about it. He's had a few problems with his tip this week, and he was telling me that he'd got this Chinese cue, and he showed it to me, and he said, "I've got no control over the white."
Funny thing.
Well, I said, "What's the surprise? You're probably aiming for the bottom and hitting the top." I said, "It's massive." I said, "There's no way you don't even know what direction that's going to go in." But
yeah. I know that he was having a few problems because he went and saw a friend of mine who goes by the name of Dr. Q down in Somerset. He was doing some work on Oli's cue just last week, trying to get him prepared for this event, but it's obviously not right for him, so he's using that Chinese cue. I have actually seen, I mean, he went through a spell last year of playing a lot of 9-ball, and he was regularly using a 12 mil tip, but the action he gets with a 12 mil tip on with these balls is just ridiculous. Screw it back to the length of the table, no problem at all. Anyway, just back to just summing up Max. Pool achievements, multiple money match winner. He's won Southwest Grand Final, the 250 double dare. Who can forget that? We covered that one. He won that one, and he beat Corey Reese in the final. And he started playing pool. Well, he actually started playing snooker. Never achieved what he could. And then he found women and partying, and didn't dedicate to it. So found that pool was more conducive. So that paints the picture of the two players. And we look back at the action. And Tom has already taken the lead.
He's got such a massive break, Tom. It's a bit unfair, really, because he's one of the best players in the world anyway. He doesn't need it. So I feel like he should probably sacrifice that. He should just give the break up.
Yeah. Yes. We were talking exactly the same thing last night about Mark Farnsworth, recognised as being probably the weakest part of his game, but he's still, well, one of, if not the best English 8-ball player in the world. It doesn't seem to affect him that badly, and then they bring out a rack, which is going to make it easier for him.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's bad news for all of us, really.
Really.
He's I say this quite a lot. Like when last year when Boyle and Farnsworth were sort of going at it and playing each other in a few different finals, I was saying to a few of the guys that Mark Farnsworth was probably a better player just purely because his break was so bad, and Boyle uses that cut break and it works really well for him. But like you say, Farnsworth, his break is just terrible. But somehow he seems to get over the line in so many tournaments.
I know, it's sickening.
Oh dear.
Well, so Max won't mind that.
It's a bit of a surprise. I think he just landed a bit straight. He was just trying to punch the white out, and just took his eye off the pot a little bit there.
Well, the question is, has Lee Kendall having a quick stumble in front of us? I don't know if he's been drinking all day or what.
It's his wallet. It weighs down one of his legs. Leg just gave way.
Yeah. He doesn't know we're taking the mickey, which is just as well, because he is the boss. So, Max now with a reasonable opportunity, a couple of tough balls. Max is he's got a really nice cue action. He just I think that's what makes him so good. He's got such a good temperament, really simple, uncomplicated cue action. He's going to push this up the rail. It looks for everything that it's just inside the knuckle, and I wonder if it was. It just seemed to be just inside the knuckle, and he couldn't actually get it up the rail.
Yeah, I thought he might have tried to get a ball, like find a ball to go into that, but obviously he felt he could get the pocket. But
yeah.
He's saying about his technique. If you watch that shot there, I noticed earlier he played a shot similar, and he hit the ball. He almost hit the ball too late, and because he has quite a lot, he's got quite a lot of distance between the cue ball and his tip when he's lining it up. When he finally does hit the ball, sometimes he tends to hit the ball a little bit late, so his arms sort of pull him round, and he can't hit it. It can't hit it dead on line.
Right.
And he did that against Neil earlier, and I was noticing that. But
so Tom has taken his extension. He needs to work this one out. It's,
yeah, that's a good shot. You just have to be careful where that yellow went there.
Yeah, he played it well.
He'll probably play the ball over the right-hand corner, and the ball over the left-hand corner, and come between the gap between the two yellows down for the black.
I mean, I'm just looking across. This losers section is just ridiculous.
It's a minefield, isn't it?
Just littered with players. I mean, it's just crazy. It's Gareth Hibbett. He's in the losers section, currently playing Jason Morris. Jordan Shepherd's playing Mark Fleming. Mark Fleming just recently won that European Championship. Jordan's 5-3 up against him. Phil Harrison is in the losers section. Why wouldn't he be? He's playing Liam White. Craig Lakin is playing the current IPA world champion, Ben Davis, and he's 6 frames to 3. He needs 2 more, and Ben is going to have an early exit. And somebody's going to be licking their wounds after they spent a couple of £1,000 on bet in the Calcutta. Matt Brearley against Craig Waddingham. Matt was ahead, I think, 4-2, so Craig's making a comeback. Carl O'Donoghue, who really has been flying today, he's got a tough match against Lewis Calcutt. Lewis got knocked out by Jason Shaw and had some real chances in that. Adam Davis, the former world champion, is 3-1 down to Ryan Clark. Arfan Dad is playing Declan Brennan. He's 2-1 down. Arfan just came through a huge game. Just reminded myself who he was playing.
John McAllister.
John McAllister, of course.
8-7.
Yeah, Hill game. Yannick Bofis is through against Carl Boys, and he's back in action now. And he's currently 1-0 up against Rob Warne. Doesn't get any easier, does it? I mean, Rob Warne was another one. Stefan Rosidi and Zach Shepherd, 6 apiece.
He beat Mark Boyle earlier. Stefan, I was doing the commentary on that game. He played quite well. He played some good stuff. There's so many good players. I feel like anyone could beat anyone, really. I played Carl O'Donoghue this morning, and he beat me 8-6. And out of his 7 breaks, he broke and cleared 6. And I said to him afterwards, if you keep playing like that, you're going to be tough to beat, no matter who you play, really. But I suppose there's anyone that's left in is probably still thinking exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
If they play well, they can beat anybody. So.
And there's a few things we've mentioned today, but I recognise that as we head deep into the evening, it's 8:45. There's some new people joining us. But there's 2 kind of factors, not surprising factors, but 2 kind of major talking points throughout this weekend. One of them was this anticipation of how players like Darren Appleton and Jason Shaw would do after being over in the States for quite such a long time. And the other thing is what you call the old guard, your Rob Chiltons and your Carl Morrises, you know, how they would do after returning to the game. Even someone like Lee Clough, they were all just flying.
Yeah, for me, I think they're better at dishing than the new generation, if you like, because the new generation are more sort of, a lot of them been brought up on black ball rules, whereas That's a great. Well, that was nearly a monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played old EPA, and so they got the thinking side of things down, and then they had to play world rules where you really need to be in full control when you're clearing up. You don't get in black ball. You get quite a lot of freedom. You just really need to be able to see the ball, and you're just trying to pot it. So yeah, they've got a bit of everything. So they're going to be so tough to beat, I think. But Rob Chilton and Adam Davis were my 2 picks from the start, and they're both still going strong. But once it gets to quarter-final stage, your lives are gone. Everyone's back to 0, really. So.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. The tournament has no memory. You can play brilliantly up to this point. You can take out world champion after world champion, but when you get that last 16, if you have an off day, then you're out and you've got no life. So you've got to be on point all the way through. And you mentioned Rob Chilton. There's a player who has been on point. The reason that we're watching Tom Cousins in the losers half is because of Rob Chilton. The reason we're watching Ben Davis in the losers half is because of Rob Chilton. I told Rob that he's upset a few people because he's probably sent about 7 grand's worth of Calcutta over to the losers side. We had a bit of a laugh about that, and he said, "Well, he pays your money and he takes your chance."
He won a free bonus ball for 50% of himself, didn't he?
Did. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the guys that ran the bonus ball gave Rob like 8 or 9 free balls, just because, it was him. So the player they were bonus balling off, they gave that player a number of free balls, and Rob won 50% of himself. So if he gets to the last 8, he's picking up probably best part of a couple grand. Just there's probably more prize money in the Calcutta at that point. Well, there is more money in the Calcutta at that point than there is in the tournament.
Well, Tom went for over 5,000 in the end, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. So there'll be somebody sweating this game against Max for sure. So just overcooked that a bit.
Too much side on that.
Yeah, it's really, really responsive. This table, the cloth and the cushions, and Max loaded that one up with side, and you saw it ping off. Well, he's still got a shot, but
he might have to play this as screw and right.
Yeah, otherwise
and play twice across.
Yeah,
that line there, I think, the one he was just pointing at.
The natural path is sending him down towards that red, isn't it?
Yeah, if he can go, so it's just sort of back and forth over the front spot, just land on the left-hand side. He's got a good chance here.
That's a good shot.
He might, he's still got a shot at this.
He has got a shot at it, and he put his hand up to apologise because it's not what he planned. And this is now a very tough black, but he needs it to stay on the coattails of Tom. What a great black.
Yeah,
under pressure, playing from the cushion. Really, really good. So he stays in the game. But it is Tom's break in the 4th. Oli Bell now back in action again. As I say, it's relentless. Relentless. I was just talking during the last game and saying that the winners, they finished at around about midnight last night. And they went home and they didn't have to play till 4 o'clock this afternoon. So lie in, bit of TV, have a shower, go out for a meal, maybe treat yourself to a pint, just a cheeky one, watch a bit of sport, turn up, play a game, win, go back, get changed, chill out, playing again at 10:30 tonight. Losers, on, come off, back on, come off, back on.
Well, you get punished if you get beat early, that's it.
Yeah, and Jeremy Hooper, I can tell you now, he must have beaten Jez Graham. I mean, he was 6-0 up because he is back playing Lee Washbrook. Lee Washbrook got sent to the losers side by Chris Melling earlier. Let's just have a look at that score. Jeremy Hooper 8, Jez Graham 2. And,
blimey.
Yeah, that's some scoreline. I mean, it's really, really tough player as Jez. Jordan Shepherd, well, Mark Fleming's pulled a frame back. He was 5-3 up, it's now 5-4. Jordan really wanting this one.
Well, he was just picking his break up and he's just broke dry.
Yeah, I know.
Always the way.
Yeah. And, Max just asking for the rack to be lifted. Quite rightly so, gives him an extra few seconds off the clock. And he uses it wisely. He's walking around the table, working out his pattern.
Yeah, it's a clever thing to do. You see some people, when they're on the clock, they get that rack taken off straight away, and they don't really need to. I think sometimes it's better to leave it on there and wait until maybe you fall slightly out of position, or you need a little bit extra thinking time.
Yep.
Then you say, oh, take the rack off, and like you say, it gives you that extra little bit of time.
Yeah.
Just to work things out in your head. Because with a 45-second shot clock, it can get on top of you.
Yeah. Now Matt Brearley's fallen behind against Craig Waddingham. Charles 6-5. Sorry, Charles 6-4. Carl O'Donoghue against Lewis Calcutt. They're tied together at 6 each.
You can just see how far he has his tip away from his from the cue ball there. I think sometimes if he slightly misjudges that, then you can hit the ball slightly late.
Yeah, it's funny actually. I've watched Max quite a lot, and I've never really noticed that. But you're absolutely right. It's quite unusual, isn't it? Well, some players get so close to the white ball, you think, how do they avoid feathering it?
Yeah, well, I'm similar to Max. My tip's probably a bit further away than Max's. But I suffer with the same thing sometimes. I hit the ball a little bit late. You notice it a bit more at snooker when the table's a bit bigger. But on the long shots on the pool table, it's something that catches you out every now and again.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because most players, they'll time the ball by addressing within a few mil of the cue ball and then bring their cue back through their action and then strike that same point. So they'll aim to time it at the point that their cue was. But Max has got like another sort of inch and a half to go forward. It's
so he has to stay on the shot for a lot longer.
Yeah. Noticeably Tom's a little way back as well, isn't he? We'll certainly see it with this shot. I may actually elect to drop this one in the middle. It doesn't need to actually, does he? He's got a big pocket in the corner.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure if the red's sort of covering it to pot it clean, because it's quite far out to play cushion first, I think.
Yeah.
So he's probably thinking, get rid of the one in the middle.
He is, yeah.
And then play the one in the bulk and sort of come twice down the table. Or maybe even just stun along the right-hand side. And he leaves himself either the two in the corner or the ball in the middle.
Max did have a chance in this frame. I mean, it was very, very tough, but he's going to have to take every chance against Tom.
He's come twice across. Has he got there? No.
No, he's...
well, he might still have a shot, though.
He's got this one up in the top corner, hasn't he? Well, he's got a really fine cut into the middle, but I don't think for a second he'll play it in the middle.
Well, he might be able to play the ball into the top left and then stun across to the right-hand side.
Yeah.
He leaves himself the two into the corner.
Yeah.
And then the ball he's playing now is out of the way for the other one to go in the middle.
He's going to stun across the face of the yellows. Yeah. And Cush first. And all of a sudden he's in pretty good shape. Max put some covering fire over that pocket, and he's not going to do him any good.
If he's slightly the wrong side of this of the top one, he may even have to play the bottom one and screw on and off and leave the yellow to the middle. Yeah, that's what he's done. He's played that really well. Yeah, very good finish.
Yeah, really good. So if you're not already aware, or you're recently joining us, I don't know where you've been all weekend, because we've been here since 10 o'clock yesterday morning. We being Beard Productions, we're covering the Supreme Pool Series, as you see emblazoned around the table. We are on the main arena table watching Tom Cousins playing Max Nosko. This is the Jason Owen Open. It's the first event in a series of 5. Been anticipating this one for a very long time. Really looking forward to it. So my name's Nick Finn, and I'm with Jordan Church. And Tom Cousins leads Max 3 frames to 1. If you want to keep up to date with any of the other scores, you can catch them all at qscore.com. Also, if you want to have a bet on anything, then go to Players Pool Series on Facebook. Sorry, Players Pool Events on Facebook. And you'll see all the prices. The bookie is Jed Ronan. You'll see some links from him on there. You can send him a private message.
It's a big frame for Max, really.
It is.
First at 8.
Yeah, yeah. You can't let Tom get 4 ahead.
No.
He was in real danger there. That he just didn't want that yellow to drop, did he? He was in real danger there. The white ball going in off. So it's still not brilliant for him, but way better than if it had gone in off.
Just flick off and leave him in the middle of the back cushion, I think.
Yeah, just going to play a containing shot. Wouldn't have wanted to.
He's played it so well, he's totaled him.
Yeah, Tom asking for a total. Ref just having a look.
So it's a very good chance from Max. Can't really see too many obstacles, to be honest. He's left himself a little bit thin on that.
Yeah.
But I still think he's okay, because he can hold and land on one of the reds into the middle if he runs too far for the red in bulk. Just got to avoid that cannon.
Just had a series of, I don't know what's going on in this room. Just got this series of men getting changed just to the right hand side. I know. Eh? And he even gave a little peck dance. Nobody needs to see that. I bet that doesn't happen when the women are playing. Jordan Shepherd is on the hill, and I can see, just looking across, he is at the table. I can't see the table, so I don't know what's going on, but he is at the table. He's 7-5 up.
Well, if he clears up, we'll know in about the next 10 seconds, knowing Jordan.
Yeah. sharing a room with Jordan this weekend, and as I mentioned earlier, he's just starting to fall back in love with the game, which is good. Been a bit out of sorts for a while, and he has indeed just won. It's just clicked up 8 frames to 5. He'll be buzzing about that. Tough opponent, Mark Fleming. Phil Harrison, who was really, really out of sorts when he played Ronan McCarthy earlier. He's back in action on the loser's side. He just didn't look at the races at all today. He's 1-0 up against Liam White.
I overheard him saying in the first couple of frames that he was really struggling with the pace of the table.
Yeah.
So I think once something like that gets into your head and you're playing someone like Ronan, you know he's going to punish you.
Yeah.
It can sort of it can affect you.
Often Dad, after beating John McAllister, is now trailing Declan Brennan 5 frames to 1. It's a funny old game. Another Hill match. Zach Shepherd, Stefan Rosidi. Zach's been playing pretty well this weekend. Pretty good showing from him. Jeremy Hooper is just flying after beating Jez Graham. He's won the first 2 against Lee Washbrook, and Lee Washbrook is another tough opponent. And I wish he'd hurry up because I've got him in the sweepstake.
He's again. I spoke to Melin earlier, and Melin said he beat Lee Washbrook 11-8. He said Lee missed 1 ball.
Yeah.
And he lost 11-8.
Yeah, Lee was. I think I'm right in saying it. Yeah, I think it was 3-1 up, then he was 4-2 up, and then I think Melling just hit a bit of a different gear.
Yeah, he can do that.
John Rowe showing his class. He's 5-3 up against Rich Wharton.
He was super unlucky earlier. I watched him play Scott Gillespie.
Yeah.
And he was 8-1 down, and he hadn't missed a ball.
Oh.
Scott had 8 dishes from the break.
Oh.
I think John said at the end he missed 1 ball and he got beat something daft like 11-3 or 11-2. But Scott just kept clearing up.
I've got to say, that break is just disgusting. It's horrible. If Tom Cousins could bottle that break up and sell it, he would make a lot of money. It's just horrible.
Do you think it would go for more than he went in the Calcutta?
Yeah, probably. It shouldn't be allowed. Like you mentioned it earlier, but it just shouldn't. That kind of power, you still be able to control it. Mind you, we've seen some good breakers this weekend already. I was quite surprised at Brian Halcrow. I mean, he's just a wisp of a man. There's absolutely nothing to him, but he's got a big break. And another one earlier was oh, me and names. I've had so many names going through my head the last couple of days. It's
Well, Brian and Tom they're quite similar sizes, aren't they? So that's probably why their breaks are.
It was Liam White.
Oh yeah, Liam.
Liam White.
I used to
play. Plays out of this club, doesn't he? He's a tiny guy, and he's got a beast of a break.
I used to play England juniors with Liam. We shared a room, and he's always been the same. He's never looked any different from when he was about 15 to now.
I bet he gets still age checked. He's like 29 or something. Yeah. And he still gets checked for. Can I see your driving license, please? I wonder when that gets boring. But talking to Liam White, I mean, what a win that is for him. He beat Lee Clough. Lee Clough, since his return to the game, has just been winning left, right and centre. And he nearly won the STRN Open last year, only beaten by Ben Davis in the final. So that really is a great win for Liam White. He won a Hill game.
Well, Lee Clough's lost a game 8-7 there, and I beat him in the first round 11-10. So he lost 2 deciders this weekend.
Oh.
I think Tom's going to have to get on this black in the middle. I don't think this goes in either of the corners.
No, I think you're absolutely right. You can see from that overhead, it definitely doesn't.
There's only one middle that goes
That's
in
right.
as well, so
yeah.
he's got to play a good shot here, because those 2 reds are
So he needs to just screw this back out into open play. He needs to finish, I guess, above where the blue spot would be. He need to leave himself an angle. That's it's okay. It's a bit too much of an angle, but I think he can control it. I think he'd probably rather just be a little bit closer and a little bit further down the table, but it looks like he can screw across.
I think I would probably play this with left-hand side. I wouldn't play this with screw, just because that brings the reds into play.
Sure.
If you play that with left-hand side, you come off the bottom cushion. If you underhit it, you're going to have it into the corners. And if you overhit it, or if you hit it right...
Yeah, that was a great shout, and as it happens, he's left himself Chinese. You're absolutely right. It could have been worse, but this is awkward. Queuing over the top of this red. It's going to be queuing sharply down on it, and it's this makes it a tough shot. Is he going to play it to the top?
Yeah, good shot.
He's going to play it to the middle. He's played it really well.
Very good shot.
So, keeps plodding on. He is now 4 frames to 2. Really, really interesting game. Talking of those, I can tell you that the next stream game, you need to stick around for this, because it's going to be the man we spoke about earlier, potentially the best English 8-ball player in the world, in Mark Farnsworth, who will be playing potentially one of the best players in the world to ever pick up a cue in Chris Melling. What a game that is.
It's a pretty average game, yeah.
Yeah. Chris Melling v Mark Farnsworth coming up after this game. Absolutely huge.
And that's on the winner's side as well.
That's on the winner's side, yeah.
Not just first to 8, that's first to 11.
Who'd you fancy for that? I mean,
neither of them are lookers, are they?
Well, that's true. That is true.
I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to go for Melling. Just because I spoke to our fan Dad, and he said he's just absolutely flying at the moment.
He is. He was flying yesterday when we saw him. And to be fair, if you look at the 2 games we saw both players on the stream yesterday, and it was just a complete difference. Chris was flying, and Mark looked like he was stuck in mud, really struggling. Yeah. But he's battled through, as he does. Quality player. He'll be up for that game. Can't wait for that one.
Arfan said to me the thing that shocked him, because obviously Chris doesn't play too much English ball anymore. He said he couldn't believe how good he was at getting out snookers and kick shots. He said it was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
He said I kept snookering him. He said it was like I was leaving him over the pocket. He said he just kept clearing up. And he's good when he can see him, to be honest.
I know. Yeah, I mean, Chris is just brilliant at all of that. I mean, the thing for Chris is there's 2 aspects to it, in my opinion. He's got the snooker background. He's got the 9-ball background, where you have to be quite inventive at times. I mean, that famous clearance that went viral on Facebook, the ridiculous clearance. Yeah. If no one knows what I'm talking about, then I would imagine if you stick into Google Chris Melling ridiculous clearance, you'll probably find it, because that's exactly what it was. It's the only way to describe it. It was bizarre. I remember, I think Johnny Archer was commentating on it. He said he's never seen anything like it in his life. Best clearance he'd ever seen. So all the different aspects, and also because he is prolific on exhibitions, does a lot of exhibitions. He does a lot with Mick Hill, and he's now doing a lot with Jason Shaw. So he's got all those kind of trick shots up his sleeve. There's one of the tricks he does is he puts a shoe about 12 feet away from the table, and he just launches balls off the table straight into a shoe. And I'm not just talking about one, like 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah.
This shoe is literally more than 12 feet away. It's probably 15 feet away, and he's launching balls into a shoe 15 feet off the table, like jumping them off. It's ridiculous. I don't know where you use that skill.
I was going to say, I wonder if he'll have that shot against Mark later. Maybe he'll have a black in the corner and just ask Mark to take his loafer off.
Yeah. There's no practical use for it whatsoever. But
pays the bills, though, Nick. That's it. Pays the bills.
Hang on, Mark. Take a look at this one.
That's a clever little shot. So
Yeah.
he gets the snooker and produces his yellow that was dead. Needs to just cover that pocket.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
brilliant. That's
Great
a
shot.
really, really good shot.
Yeah, he didn't want to pot that because if he did, he snookered on both the other reds. So really enthralling game, this one. It's definitely Tom in the ascendancy, but you just feel that there's still a twist in this game. If Max can win this frame, then, well, who knows? I don't think Max is going to do anything silly here. He's just going to try and stay in control. Just.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't have to play the good shots in this frame.
Yeah.
He knows he's asking Tom the question now. If Tom wants to win this frame, he's probably going to have to play one or two very good shots. I think this yellow dropped in the middle. I didn't think it did.
It does.
So now this is a real chance. I didn't think he could see that. I thought he was going to have to play the red, the yellow that's next to the red. I thought he was going to have to play that long.
Yeah. So a bit of a mistake there from Max. I think if he'd have seen that, he would have definitely tried maybe some kind of attacking option. Phil Harrison is 2-0 up against Liam White. Jeremy Hooper 4-0 against Lee Washbrook. John Rose 7-4 against Rich Wharton. Oli Bell is 5-1 down versus Toby Bolt. Matt Brearley, who has been really good, really solid this weekend, the kind of performance you expect from Matt. But he's on the verge of going out the tournament. He's 7-5 behind to Craig Waddingham.
So this is a really good chance now. So if he plays the ball that's on the baulk line and tops the white on and off the baulk cushion, he could get in on the left-hand side of the table and leave the yellow in the middle or the corner and bring the black out at the same time. He's just got one good shot here. He just needs to be sort of just past the baulk line. That's a bit far.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that just pulls up sort of 2 inches, then he's got a lovely little dolly in the middle and just hold on the black, and he'll always be on the other yellow in the top end of the table.
Now what's he got?
Needs that to slow down.
He does. He's a bit in no man's land now. It's one of those shots that was really difficult to control, trying to screw that around.
Thin cut and hold on the black, I suppose, if he can.
Yep.
Oh, he was flicking the red.
Oh,
and
the
he's
red's in
played the
off.
other red.
And, well,
Might be. Is he left a foul snooker there?
I was just looking at that myself.
The ref thinks the white's gone in.
The white's on the table. Max just left him looking. Max just left him looking for it for a few seconds when he looked round at Tom just to have a bit of a laugh. Just let the ref carry on, and then said, "It's on the table, mate." Well, Max not even asking for the foul snooker, so clearly it's not.
Played that long? Oh, don't snooker yourself, whatever you do.
Oh, he hasn't, has he?
I think he has.
Oh, big sigh.
I think he might be able to just see the edge.
Oh,
he's got a little swerve.
He can swerve it.
It's
He can
not
swerve
ideal.
it. But, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I personally would have preferred playing the other red down towards the left-hand side and just leaving the red mid-table, the white mid-table for the red top corner. But,
Yeah.
you know, maybe he can just squeeze through to the potting angle here. He can indeed.
He's going to have a big black up the cushion, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even this one's just tricky. I mean, he's playing to an open pocket, but it's just below, so he's just got to cut it back up. But he hasn't got to do anything with the cue ball. The cue ball is just going to roll through a few inches to the side rail, and this black is going to be a real tester.
Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, see, he has missed it high.
You know, sometimes I think it's a little bit harder if you haven't got anything to do with the white.
Yeah.
It almost puts pressure on you to pot the ball.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if he was sort of playing position for another red and he had to play that with a little bit more topspin or whatever, I fancy him to make it.
So what's Tom doing here? Is he going to move the black, land on it, get on it for a double? He's got a nice angle to move it if he wants.
I think it's a free go to move it, because the worst way you'll always have it down the cushion.
Oh,
and he's absolutely perfect. And I do fancy him to make this one.
Oh, he's a horrible man.
That's a great shot.
Oodles of talent. What a great shot. Max will be bitterly disappointed there, having two shots at two open balls and a black up the rail. He would have really, really fancied that. He'll be very disappointed, and that really could make all the difference now in a race to 8. You know, 4-3 there. It's he's very, very much in the game. But 5-2, and it's Tom's break. Well, there's the writing on the wall already. Shane Thompson still there on the left-hand side watching. He's friends with Tom Cousins, so just sat there showing his support.
Him and Max play from the same club?
Yes.
They both play from
Spenny Sports Bar in Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Along with Josh Corkett and a couple of other players. Steve Smart plays from there. In fact, George Tierney's called it home before now. There's quite a few players have been down there and played money matches. A few of the Irish lads have been over there playing it as a home venue. Carlo Donahue, Stevie Dempsey. I think he played Paul Riley.
It's a great break. Just absolutely slaps them.
It's industrial. It's brutal. I mean, you kind of feel the force of it. There's like a tremor. There's a tremor that rolls through the air.
Do you reckon they could measure that on the Richter scale?
I reckon they could, yeah. Measure about a 3.5. Yeah, there's some guy somewhere, and he's. What is that? What is that? It's about every 8 minutes. There's another one. It's like a 3.5 on the Richter scale. No, it's Tom breaking.
Good shot. I know the Americans name their hurricanes. I wonder if they name the earthquakes. just Tom.
Yeah, earthquake Tom. Best break around, do you think? I mean, there's a few. Ben Davis is
Ben's got
fantastic.
a huge break.
Craig Marsh, another one.
Yeah.
Monster. Monster.
Yeah, to me, Steve Petty's got an absolute
Oh yeah,
worldie
Steve Petty.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's definitely up there in the top one. you go. Max has missed that ball to go 4-3, and all of a sudden he's 6-2 down.
Yeah. Yeah, I did fear for him at that point. So was the writing on the wall. Tom with that monster break. Just a break dish from him, and now there's 4 frames between them, and Max has got a massive uphill battle now. He needs to beat Tom Cousins 6-1. Well, just have a quick look at any results that may have passed us by. I don't know what's happened there. There's a score in from the next round already. Match 209, and that's Jason Shaw versus Adam Marlowe. And the only time I've seen that so far is when there's been a walkover when somebody hasn't turned up. But saying that, they're not due to play for another hour, so I don't know if that's a mistake or one of the players has said that they can't make it back. I don't know. We'll find out some more about that. The only one we really missed was John Rowe beating Rich Wharton. Oh no, that's the other one we missed. Goodness me, didn't see that one go through. Craig Lakin has beaten Ben Davis 8 frames to 3. He was flying in that one, and Ben Davis, current IPA World Champion, has left the building. And Matt Brearley also leaves the tournament. We bid farewell. We'll see them in the next event. The next event, I believe, is July, I want to say it's July the 13th or 14th, somewhere around there. So put that date in your diary. So it's a must-win frame.
Yeah, I just think if Max is going to win the match now, he cannot make a mistake.
No.
At all.
No, he's got none left.
You've got to play faultless now, and you need a little bit of luck as well. You need maybe 1 or 2 dry breaks from Tom.
Yeah, we've seen one already, but he doesn't do too many. Oh, the other one I was going to mention, Jack Whelan. What a monster break he's got.
Oh yeah, Jack's got an absolute cruncher as well. He's been playing really good. He's been playing some good stuff. I was watching him play Jordan Shepherd earlier, and yeah, he just never really missed.
I mean, as I say, it's I think already he deserves to have won the tournament already, just simply by the fact he's beaten Mark Boyle, Carl Boyes, and Jordan Shepherd in his first 3 games.
He's so mentally strong as well, Jack. He won't ever let up.
It shows what he's capable of when he puts in the hours, though. He's not had a lot of chance to practice for a little while, but as soon as he puts the time in, he's back to his best. And it doesn't get any easier for him, because next up he's got Carl Morris, and Carl Morris has been flying. Yeah, Carl Morris already beaten Gareth Hibbett 11-6, beat Callum Singleton last night 11-0.
I saw that, yeah.
You know, there's a few players you can just see their momentum. You know, I don't know if they're peaking early, maybe not, but they're just brushing players aside.
Yeah.
Rob Chilton's one, Jack Whelan's another.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough though, because once you get to the quarters, I made the quarters through the winners side of one of Lee's events last year, and I felt fine. I felt really good, and then all of a sudden I felt a load of pressure back on me. I was playing somebody that had come through the loser side, and almost all of a sudden you feel like you've got that safety net of having an extra life just sort of swiped from underneath you.
Yeah.
And it can sort of catch you out a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on if they do make the quarterfinals. It'll be interesting to see how they respond, the winners.
So, Tom with only one even possible banana skin, and that's the ball up the rail. And in all honesty, I don't see that posing too much of a problem for him. He
I think he'll play it. He'll either play the ball up the rail now, or he'll play it last. I think.
yeah. I was going to say, I think now, certainly going for this one. He's well, he's proved us both wrong. What do we know?
Oh, I've never called a shot right in my life.
I don't mind this. Well, there's just a bit of traffic to contend with, but where he's landed, he's got a fairly big target with that that red ball. If you can screw back onto that red ball, it'd just about be perfect.
Is he coming out into the open? It looks like he is.
Yeah, he is. He's you could see he was just putting a bit of left-hand side on that and ran the cue ball through. And he's missed one. He's missed one. Well, these are the opportunities that Max needed, and these are the ones he definitely needs to take.
Yeah, I'm not overly convinced he picked the right route there.
No.
I think the jaw was such a distraction when you played it that way. I think he had to. Like I say, I think it was better playing the ball along the rail. Either play it first or play it last.
Yeah. This isn't ideal for Max. He's going to have to work the cue ball. Should be okay. He's only got to go up and down the table, but you know, anytime you've got to get the cue ball moving, it can work it out to be a bit of trouble. But he's landed perfectly.
Mate, I'm not sure if the red goes into the bottom left. May have to stun across.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
he's gone across twice.
Whoa. He's just about okay. Just play right hand rail, left hand rail, and sit on the ball cushion.
Good shot.
Perfect.
So he pulls one back. He definitely needed to get that one before Tom got to 7, and now he needs to do the same again. It's going to be Tom's break though. So.
Frame 10, Tom to break, leading 6 frames to 3.
So he really needed that. And I said this is exactly what Max needs, a dry break, and he gets one. So what can he do? He's going to go for reds.
Can he get this plot?
I think he can. Yeah, you can just push it to rail. Yeah, like so. Push it to rail first.
Now what's he got? I don't know. If from the camera angle, you can't
Yeah,
tell
I
if
think
he
he's
can.
got the one into the middle. I think he can play across the face of this. There is a bit of space between them. I can see him on the table. There's about half an inch between them. And he's
beautiful.
Picked the gap nicely there.
Nice little flick as well.
Yeah, very nice. That's worked out perfectly. Now he can drop this in and go across for his other tricky ball, and he's just got to navigate these two over towards the right-hand rail. Oh, he's pushed that low.
Oh, what's he done
Max,
there?
I mean, goodness me. He seemed to be moving on that as soon as he'd hit it.
Potter's walk, we call
He's got a
that.
smile on his face, but that's very much a wry smile. Definitely not a happy smile.
I don't understand why you would miss it that side though, because I think if you're going to miss it, you miss it the other way. I mean, I don't expect him to, but
He's really disappointed by that. It's,
the one thing you don't want to be on this red on the cushion is straight.
Yeah. Six two down. He was out of this. If he could have dished there, and he had a real opportunity to. 6-4 with the break. If he break dishes 6-5, then the pressure's back on Tom's break. But Tom's not through these yet. But it's a bit of a gift, to be honest. Shouldn't be at the table. Wow. Now then, does that go off the red? Pretty sure it does.
I think so, yeah. He's really good at those shots, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just flicking them along the cushion.
Yeah. Jeremy Hooper now 5-2 against Lee Washbrook. Gareth Hibbett is losing to Jason Morris. Phil Harrison is beating Liam White 3 frames to 2. Blimey, I wonder why I couldn't see things from him. I took my glasses off. I'm looking at the scoreboard and I'm thinking, I'm going blind, I can't read it.
I was thinking they're not even playing, wasn't it?
Declan Brennan 6-5 up against Arthur Dad. Callum Singleton, who we've just seen on the stream table, he's gone 4-1 against Michael Steele. Come out of the blocks flying. Yannick Beaufils is 3-all with Rob Warren. I'm quietly cheering on Yannick this weekend. Got a little syndicate that put him into the event, or into the series. So
he doesn't want to land on top of it. He's only got he's got the boy over the hole, or he's got to play safe, I think.
yeah, he's got a simple enough safety shot if he wants it, but it's 6-3. I think he might be taking the attacking option. But well, depends if he feels that it's weighed in his favour. If he thinks he can get back down the table, and he's got anywhere above a 50% chance of a clearance, then I think he'll probably take it on.
Is he playing cushion first?
Yeah.
Or is he screwing?
No, he's screwing.
He's screwing up.
Yeah, Cush first, I don't think he'd have got back round. He needs a good kiss. Didn't he ever get one?
Yeah, nice. I wasn't sure if he could play cushion first and swing it all the way around the angles. But
I mean, what chance have you got when he's got one of the best breaks in the world? He's one of the best players in the world, and he gets lucky. Just needs that to run, and it does. It's fine, perfect in fact. And this to go on the hill. And Max, if he does lose this match, which is looking, well, the bookie wouldn't offer you odds on Tom at the moment, would he? If he does go on and lose, then he's going to be bitterly disappointed at some of these chances he had. If he watches back the game, he'll know that he had some real chances to put pressure on Tom at key times.
Yeah, definitely. He should at least be level, I think.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. This arena, I know you didn't get a chance to play on it this weekend. I'm sure you will over the series, but I mean, it just looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Well, it looks great, yeah. They've certainly put a lot of work in, and you got a nice shot of it there.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see the players supporting it as well, and they're all coming in to watch, and obviously you've got some spectators that have come from all over the country as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I was talking to there's some Moroccans here, there's some French, some even some Scottish. Come from far and wide.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Max playing too many safeties from now.
No.
I think he'll just be thinking, just go for it, and if it goes, it goes. He's probably not holding much hope from 7-3 down.
Don't forget, this is on the loser's side, so this is for Max Nosko's survival.
He's had a result there. He's hit that a lot thinner than he wanted, I think. He's come through the gap and landed on his only real tricky ball.
So as I mentioned earlier, on the conclusion of this game, the next game is due on at 10 o'clock, and I can confirm that game will be the small affair, the small matter of Mark Farnsworth versus Chris Melling. Also on the stream table, on the other stream table, Scott Gillespie will be playing Sean Story.
Are you back in the commentary box for the Chris Melling and Farnsworth game?
I'm in the commentary box for every game.
All day. Have you been in all day?
Every game. Every game yesterday, every game today.
Have you learnt the rules yet?
No, I still don't have a clue. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just got to keep blagging it.
Just wing it. If in doubt, wing it. He's
underhit that.
He's gone the wrong way here. Take the ball in the bottom, and then you can play those two, and you don't have to find a gap again.
Yeah.
Because you're on. He was on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on this ball here 2 shots ago. Now all of a sudden he's got a bit of pressure on this.
He needs to cue this.
He's got to like drag stun this in, and
yeah, he does play them well. He does play them well, and he's had a touch there. That little flick, I think.
He's got to play a little swerve.
Yeah, just got to dink it. Yeah, you'll see him raising the butt of his cue. I expect him to get this, so just a little dink around. No. And that could be last rights.
And that was, again, I think that was just the wrong route he picked.
Yeah.
Oh my word. What's happened here?
What's going on? What's going on?
Wow. He's tired.
Tom's...
Top cat sleepy. Needs a cat nap. The bloke behind's laughing. He's just had a fiver on Max to win the frame. Oh, he's missed that as well.
He's missed that as well. Oh my God, I don't know. I've seen...
What is this, the Dog and Duck Open? Oh, he's just conceded. Max has just conceded.
Wow.
He couldn't take any more punishment.
He just wanted to put himself out of his misery. He knew that Tom was going to be through those, and he just didn't want to. Okay. I prefer it if he played on and done the business, but it's definitely his prerogative. And he just felt a bit down about the whole thing. So Tom Cousins goes through into losers round 5. I'm not sure who he will face yet. I could probably tell you, actually. I could probably work it out. So he is
If you click him
Oh, yeah.
on the Q score, if
Yep.
you click him, then he highlights where he goes through once they've updated. Well, they've not updated it.
Ah, right. No, they've not
right.
updated. So he's,
Well, that was useless information.
he will play the winner of match 194. So he will play the Carl Sutton or Brian Halcrow. But next up on this table, we'll be back in about 20 minutes, and it's Mark Farnsworth versus Chris Melling. I'm so looking forward to that game. Join us. Don't miss it. All the action will be right here on Bid Productions. Thank you very much to Jordan Church. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we'll see you again this weekend. Unlucky with the event, and I'm sure you'll be back strong in event number 2.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
All the best. See you all very soon.